Well, hello there, it's Kriint, and welcome to finally the second part of Hotel Transylvania. I know, it's long overdue, 13 days, but it's here. It's finally here. In this part, I finished the entire, basically, thing. Um, I built everything on the interior, I furnished everything on the interior, I refine a few things that I found out basically most of the layout that I have done after I watched the first and the second movie was totally wrong. So I got around and I refined these things. I added few rooms, I removed few other rooms, and there are few cute, in my opinion, Easter eggs that I really like. We'll talk about them a bit more as we go. But for now, as I told you, I had to basically remove everything that I have done because just by searching Google Photos, it turns out that you don't have the full picture till you actually see the movie. So yeah, that was a good thing that I had to redo everything. But hey, to be honest, it turns out to be such a big build, but I'm totally in love with it. It is kind of weird, I don't really know how you are going to use it. I will put it in the gallery. It is actually currently in the gallery for you. Into as a restaurant, as a bar, and as a residential lot. If you have the hotel mod, you can easily use that too. But yeah, it's such a humongous build, and I cannot believe how big it turned out to be and how much more building it needed than I originally expected. Thankfully, because it is like a hotel, few rooms look kinda identical, so I copied and pasted them because that was a thing. Thank God, with city living pets, it was, I think, one of the small, very good things that came if you basically don't count the freezing thing. That is just awesome. Everyone loves it. So, yeah. Thankfully, I could basically copy and paste few rooms, and that saved me a bit of time rather than either putting them in the gallery and then downloading them actually in the library. That would probably take forever, and it was a nice thing to do. As I found out from the second movie, the rooms have some sort of hidden bathroom area that you basically pull a light, if I'm saying that correctly, like a wall light, you pull it and then the walls open. But the thing is, I haven't pre-planned for that. I could not stand to change the size of the lot. Like, not the size of the lot, the size of the hotel. Because if I would change the size of the hotel, that meant that I would have to change the part that it is underneath it, like all the rocks and everything that we saw me do last time. So I could not stand to do that. So yeah, I decided to be like, it's okay. Like, since it is a secret room, we're going to pretend that it is secret. But there are a few public bathrooms. There are few, I think. Yeah, there are 2 public bathrooms in the spa area. By public bathrooms, I mean both the bathroom and the shower. And then there are few, where are they? On, I think, the lower level, if I'm not completely mistaken. I think on the lowest, yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure it's there. On the lowest basement level, so in the -2, I guess. And I think there are 2 there too. 2 there too. Okay, that's a weird thing to say. So yeah, there are not that many bathrooms. I think that I scattered few here and there too, wherever I could. But yeah, on the bathroom thing, it's kind of limited. but, well, what's the case of everyone wanted to go and pee at the same time? So, yeah, I decided to be like, you know what, it's okay. Let's not go crazy over the bathrooms. What else? Yeah, if you've actually watched the movies, you know that behind the bar, it's that kind of, I guess, like a stage, some sort of thing. Excuse me. Some sort of stage that behind it there are aquariums and stuff. I tried to put aquariums, but they looked kinda dodgy, so I decided to go with a pool, and they were green in the screenshots and the screen caps that I got from the movie, so I decided to add a few little things and make them look green. And there also, just want to mention that there are a few rooms that I haven't actually placed as the movies have. So, as we saw in the second movie, Mavis has a kid, and her room basically got a bit expanded as for the bed. Plus, they had a kid's bedroom. What else do they add? It was something else too. I don't really recall. And there was also a court. I think that was in the first movie. And what was the other one? It was like some sort of bingo room. But I decided to basically not count the court, like there's no court here. I think it was a basketball court, which I could have done, yeah, with city living, but when I built that, city living was not a thing, and I decided to basically not go back. Plus, I could not fit it. If I could only fit it if we had an extra basement, which is not the thing. You will see that the basements get pretty packed, so yeah, could not do that. I could just not do that. So those are the two things, and I basically made the library and the bingo room into one room. Just putting that out there. Back there, it seems to be like some sort of private room, and the things that I decide to go for artsies and the bigger other things that I have no idea, like the wall decoration artsies, were supposed to basically be doors, because as we see, there are a few hidden, I guess, doors and hidden paths that get you into other rooms. Sadly, I could not fit them, so I decided to basically pretend. Yeah, there are a lot of things that we're going to pretend, but it's okay. I think, at least I hope it's okay. Again, I tried to go as close to the thing that I saw and to what made sense in my mind to have in The Sims. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other room that I didn't include. I think there was a reception room. So yeah, I could not include that. Like, no, for the wedding reception. Again, I could not actually fit that somewhere. Because, as I told you, I thought that I had enough space for everything, but it turns out I didn't. And I was completely wrong. So, that was a great thing. Something that I had to take care and be very careful of was the fact that, because few of you might download it as a restaurant, which I find it totally acceptable, is I tried to not include tables at other, I guess, rooms that would not make sense for people to dine if they were in a restaurant. So here I could easily basically put a normal table between the two booths, but I didn't really want to do that as, I guess, somewhere that people would go and eat, because you cannot sort rooms as for specific things. So yeah, where I was going with that? I was definitely going somewhere with that. Let me think. Oh yeah, so there are Sorry. There are actually two rooms, basically, that you can dine. The one is the big reception. I get it's not a reception. It's basically a very formal diner room. Oh yeah. There are three rooms. There's that very formal, like for other restaurant to eat type of room, which I felt like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That we see that in the first movie, where they go into a table war, basically. And then there was the exterior in the pool, which it was a bit tough because I hadn't left as much space as it was needed, so it's pretty darn tiny and I'm very upset with that. But we gotta deal with what we have. And I worked with what I had. So yeah. Also there is that very formal like dining room for Dracula's family, I guess, and what was the guy with the fluffy hair that was from California? That guy and his family. That we see them in the second movie, I think near the end. Actually, I don't recall. I don't recall. Whatever I would tell you, it would be a lie. So yeah, I included those three rooms. You can easily use it as a restaurant, which would make sense. I think this is the most easy thing to basically use it as. I can't really, to be honest, see myself using that as a house. I find it too huge, but I don't know. You might like it. It's a castle after all, right? And it has a party room, it has a dining room, it has a formal room. I don't know. Man, I don't know. So here I decided to basically make few rooms quite small, even though we've never seen rooms like that in the movies. I just decided to basically be like, you know what, it's okay. Few rooms are gonna be small, and specifically these ones are tiny, but it's a hotel. So usually you basically pay, you get what you pay. So yeah, here is the first bathroom that I was talking about. I did like the toilets in the other side. I don't know, I did them separately because that was the only thing that I could fit it. And I knew that I had to put toilets and showers because that was a thing that people in The Sims need to use. So yeah, that was very nice. Here is the room that Dracula's wife lies on, I guess. It was kinda weird to actually build it. To be honest, I was trying to find the right curtain because it was kinda hidden. Plus, I was trying to find a tombstone. We don't have these things in the game. I guess Sims here only get either cremated or buried in the ground. So yeah, I guess it makes sense. So I was basically trying to find out something that would make sense to be. And I decided to go with these rocks. I know it's pretty stupid, but I guess it just gets the work done and it kinda looks like that. It's just supposed to be a very empty room with nothing but that little thing. Here is a toilet because I felt like if you're going to use it as a restaurant or as a bar, you would probably need more of a toilet rather than shower. That was some sort of like a nice thing that I wanted to include. In the first movie, while they ran, they open a door. They explore? Nah. While they search for the secret room. They open like a door and there is like a skeleton that takes a shower. So I wanted to basically include a room that has nothing but a shower. I don't know, it makes no sense to have a door that opens to a shower, but hey, I don't know. I'm not gonna dance. I'm not gonna say anything. I just included that. Here is the kitchen. I tried to make it look as creepy as possible, plus to be working as good as possible. Sadly, you can only fit one chef. And this lot is huge. So yeah, that will probably take a while. The little pink thing, again from the first movie, it's kind of like some sort of Easter eggs that I feel like why not include it. People who have watched the movie probably know what it is. So again, while they try to find the secret room, they open a door and they find like two, I guess, bugs. I don't know, bed bugs, whatever they were, having the time of their lives in a pink fluffy bed. So it was a 2x1 room, and I was like, okay, we need to include something here. Obviously I could not fit a bed, so I thought, you know what, let's just make this as a room for, I don't know, for the bed bugs to sleep in at a hotel. Because why not, right? Why not? So here is basically the main base, the main floor that has the most bedrooms. Here is where Mavis' bedroom is also at. It ends up being a bit bigger than the rest. Well, for obvious reasons, it was a bit bigger than the rest, at least. No, that's a lie. I'm not sure. I don't know if it was bigger than the rest. The problem is that I didn't really care about the rest. Because, well, we've only seen one scene of them. And, you know, it's okay if they are a bit smaller. They are not the main thing here. And you can see me making them. I try to make them as close as possible. Of course, they are like the scaled down version of them, but Mavis' room was fully decorated. It had a fireplace, it had like separate seats, it had an office, a desk, I guess. So I decided, you know what, we need to have these things. So yeah, I basically will steal a bit from the other rooms so I can make room for Mavis' room. Dracula's room, it ends up being quite weird, but at the end we haven't really seen much of it. So yeah, we'll talk a bit more about it a bit later. When I get to it, I think it is one of the last things that I'm gonna do. The thing is that I tried to place the windows in an asymmetrical form while I was building the exterior, and while I was trying to fit the furniture in the interior, it just didn't make sense where the windows were, because I could not have pink curtains that they were cute and stuff, so I was pretty upset with that. Pretty upset. I went kinda like with a theme around, I guess, the hotel. The bottom floors have, well, actually no, that's a lie. Every floor has a different bedding than the other floors. I don't know why I decided to do that, but I just felt people who would live in the bottom floor would probably not have as much money, or I don't know, for reasons they were alone, so I decided to basically kinda split them and make them feel and look kinda different. It just made sense to me. For now, yeah, I know they are all the same, but we're gonna change them soon. Again, Mavis' room is such a smaller version of it. I know, believe me. The thing is, that was the best that I could do. It was the only thing that I could fit with the space that we were working with. So yeah. I think the biggest room in this hotel is actually, by room I mean bedroom, is actually Dracula's room, which is kind of funny because it was the only way that I could work with it, and I basically got around as I could imagine it. As for the packs, now that I saw the rug I recalled, I tried to use limited amount of stuff because I usually either try and basically use everything in my ability to make it look as close as possible, or I decide to keep it all a bit in. In this specific case, I don't know why, I guess because the items that I had in my ability were in my ability. I guess only using items from specific packs, it was okay. So it's kinda narrowed down into few, but not really, to be honest, not really. So the packs that I've used is Dine Out, that you only have to use it if you want to use that as a restaurant, which I think I used it for the kitchen and what else? The items that you're gonna need to run a restaurant plus the tables in this lot. What? Room. So yeah, I decided to basically be like, you know what? I like this curtain, so I'm gonna use them. But they are totally not mandatory. From Luxury Party, I think it is the only thing that I used from Luxury Party. I don't know. I feel like it's such a bad pack. No one uses it. No one, probably 70% of the simmers don't have it, which totally makes sense. But I like them. I don't know. They were kinda elegant. They added like a little oomph to the place, I guess. So that's the reason why I decided to use this. Of course it has Get Together. I'm not sure. I think I will probably have an extended list down below and you will be able to see it for yourself, but I recall using Dine Out for the things that I told you. Get Together is all around this lot, so you truly need that. And I also used a bit, like just a tidbit of Movie Hangout. I used the rag in Mavis' room, that little purple one. I don't know, it was hard to find the purple rag to go with a bed, so it was the only one that I decided to be like, you know what, it's okay. That's not the end of the world. And one more, okay, it was that. And also, yeah, Aromatic Garden, which I only used it for the garden because I didn't have anything to put in the box. So I was like, well, screw that, I'm gonna use a bit of that. So yeah, the only mandatory for me at least is the Get Together. So if you basically have Get Together, you can download it, which I feel like it's pretty good. I hope at least it's pretty good. I mean, it's only one pack, and if you miss a few other things, it's like, well, you don't really have to have them. I guess the game will either change them or delete them, which it's nothing mandatory. And I think this is the best thing to have. At least if I were in the place which I was a few years ago, when Sims 3 was around, I was definitely thankful when I would find builds that hadn't really used every single pack that the game had. So, yeah. But again, I get why people also get upset when people don't use every single pack, because they're like, you know what? EA has them, we've paid for them, why don't you use them? So yeah, I get that too. I don't know. People get upset easily. That is my outcome in life. I don't know if I sound actually kind of weird, because I definitely, my throat definitely hurts. My head is a bit heavy. Finally, this Friday, I finished my midterms and I was like, oh yeah. I was so excited to finally relieve this pressure off of me and finally being able to build more things in The Sims and to finally release the Let's Play that I want to do, which needs so much planning, but the thing is, oh yeah, here's the thing that I didn't really want to use, tables. This is a room that has tables, and I went with tables and I was like, oh shit, people will eat in the library, oh no. So yeah, I had to go with this. They look stupid, but you know what, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, yeah, and as I was telling you last night, last night for you. It was, yeah, it's 2 nights ago, because I'm filming that on Saturday. I have asked my boyfriend to have a bit, I guess you can say it as a fun. I don't know. I don't drink. I drink very rarely in my life. Maybe just a glass or 2 of wine. Just that. And I've never gotten drunk. And it's the thing that, you know what? I kind of love and hate in the same time, because you see in the movies that every girl gets a bit drunk in college, and I'm like, I've never gotten even just a bit drunk. So it was something that I was kind of, I guess, being like, I just want to get like a bit, not just a bit drunk. So this is what I asked him, and we stayed in and played a drinking game in the phone. It was so fun, and I woke up today with such a huge headache, and I'm like, okay, great, so this is what people feel like. Nice, I get it now. Thankfully nothing too crazy happened. I mean, I didn't want anything too crazy to happen. I just wanted like that feeling that you don't care about anything. To be honest, this is all that I wanted, to just relax. I had 3 weeks nothing but stress. I was like, fuck yeah. So yeah, I am still like feeling a bit sleepy. My throat definitely hurts. I don't know why, like I have no idea why. But yeah, there's that. If I sound weird, there's that. And I'm also pretty tired, so I would prefer to be in bed right now. Good, nice. So at first I thought, let's get into the important stuff and not the fact that I got a bit tipsy last night. But the drinking game was so fun. Also, if you follow me on Twitter, oh my god, I want you to die today. Yeah. So it is a drinking game. I don't even recall what the name of it is. It's an app basically, and it's some sort of Monopoly. You get action cards while you roll the dice, and 3 times, it was either drink or let my boyfriend basically write anything on my social network as a status. And we've gotten basically like into a bit of an argument, I think about a week ago, about the fact that I don't post anything on social media about The Sims, because I'm kind of embarrassed of people, like what they would think. And he was like, F them, you don't even talk with them, why would you care? It's not something to be embarrassed of, and I totally got it, so I basically blocked everyone. Nice move. And he tweets, I love The Sims. He puts, as you know, a thing on The Sims, and The Sims got that. And then 2 other things that I don't even recall. And I wake up this morning and I see The Sims has answered that tweet. And they basically wanted, like, you know, these little holes that open in the ground for no reason. This is what I wanted for me to happen. I have tweeted, I think, The Sims 2 times in my entire life. And the 3rd time was for a drinking game. And they answered in that time. So I was like, fuck yeah. So, yeah. Here are the screenshots. Let's get into the important stuff. Here are the screenshots, and I did not took a screenshot for each and every room of the hotel. I took only screenshots of the important rooms, just letting you know that. You will only see 3 screenshots of the bedrooms, not even a single one of the bathrooms, which I usually do take screenshots of. So yeah, very limited screenshots, but they're still, I think, 52 or 58, which is... They are a lot. They are a lot. And again, I was like, well, screw that, it has nothing important to it. Screw that, it has nothing important to it. Plus, at the end, you will see an overview of, I guess, a floor plan of how everything rolls around. So you will get a better idea of how everything is. And I hope you liked, oh, that purple one was Mavis' room. I think it's my favorite out of them all. I don't know why. And here is Dracula's room. So if you want to download that, there will be a link in the description down below for the gallery, and there will also be a link for manual download for those who don't have access to the gallery, because that is a build from So to Sims. If you want to see more builds, there will be a playlist down below that you can take more builds from So to Sims. Basically where I get builds, from whatever you get. Well, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and well, I hope that you will have an amazing day. I don't know what else to say. Here are the floor plans. What did I don't know. Bye, I guess. Bye.